It's May 11th, 2024, Vancouver, British Columbia. We are at Canada Place for the start of a 7-night cruise on the Sapphire Princess from Princess Cruises. And it is the northbound passage where we leave from Vancouver and we go all the way up to Whittier, Alaska. And then we have to fly home to Orlando, Florida from Anchorage. So that was kind of an interesting little setup. You know, a couple of different one-way flights to make this happen. Orlando, Salt Lake City to Vancouver for the start of the cruise, and then Anchorage back to Seattle, and then down to Orlando at the end of the cruise. So this is a beautiful Saturday here in Vancouver. You got the Koningsdam here. The Sapphire Princess is right behind it, kind of at the back. You know, the two ships are back to back essentially, as it were. The Sapphire Princess, this was the very first cruise of the Alaska season in 2024. And the cruise right before this one, when it was coming up from Los Angeles, a little 4-night repositioning cruise. There's the Sapphire Princess way back there in the background. It's really kind of hard to see it because it's so far back there. But when it was coming up from Los Angeles, they ran into a propulsion problem of some sort. We never really got I guess an explanation per se, but not that any of us passengers would understand it. They just kind of characterized it as a propulsion problem. And so it made it so that the ship was operating a lot slower than usual. And so the ship was late coming into Vancouver that morning on embarkation day. So we were told we couldn't be there until 3 o'clock. So we're up here on, outside on the outer deck of the upper deck of the Canada Place area, the facility, literally just killing time, waiting until it's time where we can finally go inside and go down to the lower levels where the cruise terminal check-in is here. And beautiful day. Thankfully, the weather held and it was nice and pretty and everything. So that's kind of what we're doing here in Vancouver at the Canada Place. And, you know, the ship didn't even leave that night until like literally 12:30 in the morning. So we ended up seeing quite a bit of Canada Place throughout the course of the day. Not that there's anything wrong with it. A beautiful facility. It's a convention center. You see a hotel on top of there. Lower levels of it are a cruise terminal, which is a kind of an interesting setup, but handles a pretty decent amount of cruise traffic here in Vancouver. So if you're going to do any of those Alaska cruises that go out of Vancouver, you will be coming to Canada Place. So this will give you a little bit of an idea of what you'd be looking at for your cruise, whenever that might be.
Do they already have it?
It's probably not hard for them to do it. I mean, I don't know. It's a ship by ship. I think the biggest holdup has been that the terminals themselves have to be able to supply it. Yes. But she took out the Beyond. So she was going to the shipyard, you know, when they were doing the final construction and everything. So the Beyond is her baby because I don't know. Might be names of cities or something. Yeah. Yeah, see, no exhaust out of the smokestacks. They've got to be on the shoreside power.